What? Yeah. No, I'm behaving myself. No, I'm not playing in abandoned buildings. What? Again? Now, I suppose you had those people follow me again. Fine. Hey, this is Jimmy Farrow from Monty and the Farrow, and I want to thank all our subscribers. We have now passed 14,000 on our YouTube channel. But I want to ask our subscribers to take the next step for us and become a full-fledged member of Monty and the Farrow. Yeah, that's right, folks. There's 3 different levels to choose from. There's free shirts, there's free autographs. Just check it out and become a member of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Farrow. Later.
All right, welcome to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty the Farrow, only seen here at Indie Music TV, with the final leg of this marathon, and who better to have it with than wrestling icon Jose Luis Rivera, who will introduce. This is big for us, right?
This is
for
amazing.
an old school fan.
This is amazing.
Amazing.
Yes. Yes.
He must feel amazing about himself that he has such a legacy that he's carried on with his life. But first, Farrow builders hurt protected areas in the climate-weary Puerto Rico. The ongoing probe into the homes built illegally in Puerto Rico's second-largest area, where officials say more than 3,600 mangrove trees were cut, has led to public hearings to launch a criminal investigation by Puerto Rico's Justice Department. Environmentalists warn these cases are leaving the U.S. territory even more vulnerable to climate change, poor weather, and intense hurricane seasons.
I love Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I love Puerto Rico. I've been there several times. I have spoken to the people who live in Puerto Rico, and I have heard mixed results. They're somewhat frustrated with the government, but they're also supportive. It's kind of weird. I don't know what the story is right now. I don't know why they would do such a thing. This is bizarre, dude. You've hit me with a curveball.
Do you see how smart I am?
I'm not sure what to do with this curveball.
But do you see how smart I am? Because our guest is from Puerto Rico, and
True.
we're probably going to have to ask him
I
about
love
it.
Puerto Rico.
All right, but before
Love
we
it.
get to that, to the right is the star of the show, Mr. Jimmy Farrow,
over
along
here.
with his
Okay.
partner Bart Griggs, make up the band Wisteria Hall. Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as
Bartman.
This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. And you can find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page, Spotify, Apple Music, and Reverb Nation. You are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. You think in a marathon, when I keep just repeating the same old stuff,
Shtick.
it's
Yeah.
like every
The
show
gimmick.
gets a little
Yeah.
old, right?
Yeah, well,
The Monty
a
the
little
Farrow
bit.
YouTube page, Monty the Farrow
Keep
Facebook
going.
Live page. Hear us on the iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Twitch TV.
Hey, wait
Really?
a minute. Wait, I gotta ask you.
Go ahead.
Have you ever been to Puerto Rico? What do you think?
I
Puerto
am.
Rico's
I am.
awesome.
I've been to Mexico.
Why have you never been to Puerto Rico?
Just haven't been to
You're a
Puerto
man
Rico.
of the world. How did
Not
you
been
skip
to
Puerto Rico?
I don't know.
Oh, I love Puerto Rico. You gotta go. You
I would
gotta
love
go.
to go to Puerto Rico.
Ah, I'd rather be there. Quite
Catch us on
honestly, but-
channel
okay.
115 every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. and Saturday at 11:30 p.m. where we go head-to-head with Saturday Night Live, where you'll see icon Jose Luis Rivera in a reduced version. And in channel 20 Tuesday at 1 a.m., we want to thank Amazon Music for putting us on. And we'll be right back with this pro wrestling treasure,
This is great.
Jose Luis Rivera, our Big Mac,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Or Conquistador #1. Look at that. I didn't have to. You didn't have to.
Look, if
Almost had
it's Saturday night at midnight, Channel 9, or if it's UHF on Sunday from our area, Channel 67 Smithtown, Jose Luis Rivera. See you in a sec. That's right, folks. Canine Corral for all your dog daycare and overnight care. Call 631-549-1544. That's 631-549-1544.
Jimmy, I gotta take a dump.
What?
No, I mean I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP. Elm Logistics for all your logistic needs. Call 631-299-3595. That's 631-299-3595. Elm Global Logistics. Pride, performance, and partnerships. Do the show.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, where we have icon pro wrestling treasure Jose Luis Rivera in the studio. Yeah, baby. Where my partner starts asking Jose for Johnny Rods' phone number.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that comes from.
Why not?
How was the flight from Puerto Rico? Heard you had a rough time, my friend.
It was a rough time, bro.
What?
But I had to give it to you guys. You know the Conquistador gonna be here, so you put a golden microphone. I give it to you, bro.
Look at that.
That's great.
What color coordinates?
I was actually going to wear a mask.
Okay.
And eat a sandwich?
Anita, well, that's usually my last question, but I got to be honest with you, right?
Yeah,
when you're
come on.
wearing a mask and stuff, you got to hide your identity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you like eat sandwiches
With
with,
the
your
mask.
mask on,
With the mask
like
on.
keep it on, or
Yeah.
Do the ice cream with the mask on.
What happens? Does it like go down your cape?
That was a commercial that I do for the WWF ice cream, so that we had to eat it. Wow.
how hot was that outfit?
Well, but you get used to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like like you're a big guy, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you're wearing that thing. You must have lost like 50 pounds every time.
Sort of, yeah. That's why you got over 50
Did
pounds,
you
yeah,
dig? Did
after
you
finish?
Did you dig the Conquistador when it was like approached, to you to do the Conquistadors? Were you like, yeah,
Yes.
nice?
I love the
nice.
Conquistadors.
They were
That was the
fantastic.
best tight thing that we do. Was just try at night. I don't know why he wanted to come here, but he's supposed to be here, but he got a little problem, so he stay home. So I'm
Jose
here.
Estrada.
That's all it counts.
So tomorrow, will you be wearing like half Conquistador for a little while, and then be Jose Luis Rivera Big Mac? Or,
You're both?
Or are you just gonna be Big Mac tomorrow?
But I think I got the whole Conquistador outfit, so
Cool.
I may wear the whole
Cool.
Conquistador outfit. So.
That is awesome.
What is it like to
It's
have
gonna
like?
be look good. Huh?
What is it like to have like split gimmicks? I mean, you're known for multiple personas in pro wrestling. It's pretty cool.
I do about what? A Black Demon, Red Demon, the Shadow, Conquistador, Juan Lopez, Mac Rivera, also a bunch of them. So you
Right.
get used to it. Well, sometimes you don't know who you are, so then you have to who I am. Okay, until now.
Who am I?
Who am?
Well, let me ask you this.
Oh,
This is
my
probably the
God.
most important part. So when you were doing all these gimmicks at some point, I think you maybe had 2 or whatever.
Two main ones, and with Vince. Yes.
Did you get paid twice?
If I wrestle twice, yes.
So you got paid twice.
Yeah.
Did
So
you ever wrestle twice on the same card as Juan Luis? Jose Luis Rivera and
The Conquistador
Are you
or
serious?
Red Demon, Black Demon.
sure.
I used to do it.
you got two. Black Demon.
You must have loved.
Wait.
Did they ever
Black
try to
De-
put Black Demon against Big
They-
Mac, and then he like make a mistake on the card or something like that, and you're like, "Well, you can't do this."
Wait a minute.
I'm the same
You
guy.
versus you?
That should be interesting, though.
Now hold on. I just want to clarify because not only am I drunk, I'm a little fuzzy, so I
Yeah, I
have to
could see
ask.
that, yeah,
I
that's no
totally-
problem.
of course he can
So
see
could
it.
the entire world.
He
There you
doesn't,
go.
he doesn't need an interpreter for
It
that.
might be the slur.
I mean, my lord. No, the Cobra Clutch Challenge.
Cobra
yeah, there it
Clutch-
is. There it is.
there
The
you
Cobra
go.
Clutch.
There you go.
Black Demon. Was that you? That
Black
like
Demon.
waved off Sergeant Slaughter, and then Pat Patterson came in and got. Was that you? Black Demon?
Black Demon. I do the Black Demon, Red Demon, the Shadow.
Wow. He walked away
And
from
the
Sergeant
Conquistador.
Slaughter before Pat Patterson. That's
Unbelievable.
fantastic.
So when you first
God.
came in to your first time in Madison Square Garden, what was that like?
Well, that was a big thing. First time I was there. When I get in the ring, I was wrestling SD John. So I started in the middle of the ring, and I went around, 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 and I was thinking, wow, the son of Marcelino Rivera, the cab driver from Puerto Rico, at the Madison Square Garden, and SD John look at me and say, "Amigo, what happened to you? What happened?" You know, no, 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 I'm okay. Let's go, let's go. I was thinking of that.
Wow.
I've been watching when I was grow up in Brooklyn, New York. Every 15 days they come to the garden, so I buy the ticket. If I go today to the wrestling Madison Square Garden, next day I go there and buy the ticket for the next show. So I'll be there all the show. Pedro Morales, Bruno San Martino. I used to watch them in Madison Square Garden. Imagine standing in the middle of the ring in Madison Square Garden. That was the bigger thing I ever do.
And I remember your debut in Madison Square Garden. I remember it to this day, because I remember when they announced you did this, like, right? You used to do this, and yeah, what an honor it's to have you in the studio. Thank you again for
Thank you,
gracing
guys.
you with
Thank
your presence. Thank you so much.
What made you get into this amazing business? You were clearly a fan. Sounds like you were attending the matches before you got into the business. How'd you get in?
Well, when I was a little kid, I used to watch the wrestling in Puerto Rico. So there was a baseball park. The kid went there and do the wrestling stuff, whatever they do. And when I came down to New Jersey, in Patterson, New Jersey. I grew up there, and there was like a church in the basement. There was a guy teaching wrestling, so I went there to wrestle. I went a couple of shows. In one of the practice, they threw me and I went head first. So that's it, no more wrestling for me. I was 14 by that time, so I left until I met Pedro Morales in Brooklyn. And I was talking to Morales. He told me to go to the William Virgin in Brooklyn. There was a guy named Sal Rosario. Say, if when you get there, to Rosario that I send you. When you learn something, you get up from there, because you stay there, you're going to stay there forever. When you learn, just go away and work, do something else. So that's what I do. I start there. In 3 weeks, I was doing my first match. You know, me and my brother was a titan, the Rivera brothers. I made it, my brother just stay away from there. So we wrestled a guy they call the Carabias, the worst people in there. They beat the hell out of us. So, but I still working on when I get a little better, so I went to New Jersey. I do Ringside 41, and I do a little independent show. And I went to Texas. And I went to Texas to a wrestling show in Houston, Texas. And I saw a wrestler, Mexican wrestler, Jose Lotario. So I talked to Jose Lotario. I told him the promoter from Puerto Rico is a Mexican guy. Send me to talk to him. You know, nobody told me to talk to Jose, but I went there and told him, yeah, the promoter from Puerto Rico told me to talk to you, so you could help me there. And he went to get a promoter. I talked to the promoter, and they give me a tryout. They want to, okay, you come to Dallas, Texas, from Houston to Dallas. 10 o'clock on Tuesday. I went there. It was about 9 o'clock, something like that. I know I get there 30 minutes late. And they told me, oh, you're too late. Come next week. After I drove 3 hours to go to Dallas. Come back next week. Okay, next week I went there at 8 o'clock. I was there. So I went to the practice with one of the Titan champions. And instead of about 2 minutes, that's all. He said, okay, you know what you're doing. And the booker there was Gary Hart. Gary Hart said, he told me, listen, this kid is supposed to go to Florida, but he get hurt, so could you take his place? I said, yes. He sent me to NWA to Tampa. Then we start with a big company, and I think it was by the end of 78, beginning of 79, something like that. And I spent about eight months in Tampa, Orlando, all Florida. Dusty Rowe was there. Bob Backlund was there.
Backlund.
The old Orton, his father, Bob, and the Bob Button, and father and son. Most of the other the big star that was in the 80s, that was an NWA.
How do you get to Vince? How do you wind up with
Well-
Vince McMahon Sr.?
After I left NWA, I went to a show in that was Allentown. They do TV,
Sure.
and that was Billy Graham Superstar talking to Albano. And I went wrestled with Superstar when I was in Florida, so he know me. So I went to say hi. So he told Albano that I was a good worker to talk to the office. I said they give me a break, and they do. They give me a break, and they put me there. They got, what's your name? Oh, Mac Rivera. Everybody in Puerto Rico named Rivera. I said, well, that's my last name. They say, okay, you are Juan Lopez. Okay,
Yeah, who?
Juan Lopez.
Juan Lopez. That's why I said Juan before. I didn't realize it was subconscious.
So I started
Juan
with
Lopez.
Juan Lopez.
That's great.
I
That's
started with a
great.
match with Ken Patera. I beat Ken Patera at that time. DQ.
What?
I beat him. I win the first match.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They take me out-
Televised?
They take me out of the treasure, but I win.
Okay, so you beat him, but then he stretched it. He gave you the
Okay.
Oh,
but
it
you
was the
beat
Q.
him.
The Q.
I
So
want to go back to superstar Billy Graham,
Sure.
right? So you were friends with Graham. How was he a person back then? And the reason I ask you is now he seems to be
Pissed
I know
off?
he's towards the end of his life
He's
and
pissed
he's
off.
suffering and he's in a lot of pain.
Fair enough.
But he's been very angry over the years. Was he like that back then? Or?
no. Well, with me, he always was a gentleman. Every time I was there for 8 months, driving with all those people there in the same dressing room. So we get close. I don't know. Everybody there that I was there, they got along with me very good. So maybe because I'm a nice guy.
So you get to Allentown. So what happened? How'd you break in with Senior?
Well, first when they put me Juan Lopez, I don't like the way Juan Lopez. I don't like the way they treat people. You know, they
Okay.
don't respect you or give me a body so he could work with this guy. And so I spent about a couple of months and I left. I went to Independent Wrestling, New Jersey. I spent there a couple of years. I went back in 81 or the end 81, 82. So then I went there. I went by myself. I take my bag, got in there, and that's it. They told me, who sent you here? Nobody. I just came by myself. Okay. That's it. If we need you, we call you. Okay, I will take my bag and put it in the side. So they called me that I work with Ivan Pusky. Say, you want to work with Ivan Pusky? Okay, I work with anybody. So they put me with Ivan Pusky, and it's a great match. He seen you do some play. Mac Rivera, Ivan Pusky. That day they let me the name by Mac Rivera.
That's really
I used to
There you
Mac
go.
Rivera. So
Okay.
How was
So-
Putski? Was he hard to work with? I've heard rumors he.
Well, he liked the way I work with him because when he give me a clothesline or something, I go back to the throw rope down.
Hey, you made him look
Right
good.
now,
You made
nobody
him
do
look
that.
really
When I
good.
was there, nobody do that.
Right.
Nowadays they do everything, but by that time, to come out flying from the third row with a clothesline or with a bookie, the Polish power, that was
Yeah,
something. That was something great.
You know what I think I remember? Oh my God. I got a few fan questions. Guardian of Chaos says, Jose, question. Have you talked to your old buddy Manzanita? Mario
Manzanita, Manzanita.
Thank you.
Yeah, help us out here.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to him?
Yes, he's gonna be there tomorrow. He's gonna be in
Oh.
there tomorrow. There, Manzanita, Mario Mancini.
Oh, Mario Mancini. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Is
sorry.
that
Was
what
it-
that
that's
was?
yeah.
I'm
Well,
trying to
what am I,
figure
an
out who
idiot?
we're talking about here.
Yeah, it's a good
And
friend.
I'm drunk.
That's,
Next.
that's what I call him, Manzanita,
Aye.
because it's Mancini, Manzanita. Yes.
Any other questions from our fine family of fans?
Let me
Got
see
anything else?
here. 1 second.
Because I can't wait to ask this one, but go ahead.
What do you
Anything
mean?
else?
Let's see here. Mitch Seinfeld's asking,
Ah, what's up, Mitch?
have you? Sorry.
Have you ...
I know Rod's trained S.D. Jones and Estrada.
Johnny
Was he a
Rods.
New York guy? Did Johnny Rods train you at all?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay. Jose, though, he did, right? Jose Estrada, he did.
No, when Jose Estrada, when I met Jose Estrada and Johnny Ross, I already was wrestling in the.
They were already a
in the-
team.
and, yeah, I was already wrestling
Okay.
for a couple of years.
And did you have a relationship with Pedro Morales? You mentioned that you ran into
He was my
Pedro.
mentor. He was. He told me to do what to do, when to do it.
I have
You
to
know.
ask you while you're here.
Yeah.
Is Pedro, to the Latin community, Hispanic community, Bruno Sammartino.
It was
Nice.
yes.
Nice. Okay.
They love him every place he go.
Yeah, he really is.
That's why
Yeah.
when he was in the garden sold out with a lot of Latin people. So
Were you
Oh,
around when
man.
Pedro sold the WWE title because he owed money to a bookie?
What?
I don't think so.
Did he
No,
really?
no. I know Pedro. He never.
He
was
never-
short
so
of
that's
money.
a false
So that's
rumor.
bullshit. Yeah.
Some
How do you
of
say
it-
bullshit
some of
in
it
That he
people-
Spanish?
sold it. I'm sorry. He what is it when you went to a pawn shop and pawned it because he needed to pay a bookie
That's-
back for it. So that is not a true
No,
story.
I don't think they give you $10 for the ball. That's-
That's funny, man.
Left
oh my
hand
God.
to the belly.
All right,
Aye.
how about it?
Okay, so let's go back. You obviously are from this tandem's childhood, and thank you so much for those memories back in the, late 70s, early 80s, especially the Channel 9 and in our area, UHF 67 Smithtown. Please tell me about Baron Mikel Cicluna.
Cabra loca.
What?
Cabra
Could you
loca,
translate
that's-
for me, please? What does that mean?
Crazy go.
Hey, crazy what?
Crazy.
Crazy dude.
Crazy dude. Okay,
Go,
give us some
crazy
stories
go,
about
cabra.
the great Baron Mikel Cicluna, please.
He's a nice guy, yeah. I used to travel with him in New Jersey, and it's like to choke and, this and that. He used to call Hardwick Cabra Loca. That's why we call him Cabra Loca, because he called, hey, Cabra Loca. Every time they see the guys. But he's a nice guy, man.
Great. So you worked for Vince Jr., Vince Sr.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In your opinion, what's the difference between the two?
Oh, from here to the sky.
From here to the
Explain. Get a little
sky?
deeper. What's
Okay.
here to the sky?
Well,
What is Vince Sr.? What is Vince Jr.?
Vince Senior is like a lady, he's smooth, he treat you the way you are. Vince Junior, he let it go, whatever come up from him. So the man take care of you. The man told me, hey, would say don't worry about Mac, because they call me Mac. But he was the one who told me to change my name because he was Mac. Say, that's my name, Mac Rivera. No, my name is Mac. I'm Mac Man. You have to get another name, a Spanish name. That's why I came with okay, my son's name is Jose Luis. Can I use Jose Luis Rivera? Oh, that's a Spanish name? Look it out this way. We got 3 million people in Puerto Rico. 2 million named Jose. That's a Spanish? You say, okay, I got it.
But just a recap. You're Mac Rivera.
Oh, my God.
Senior says to you, no, you can't use that
Mac.
because I am Vince McMahon. You
Miss
cannot.
Mac. My name is Mac. I'm Mac Man. You have
That
to get a
is-
Spanish
that-
name.
that's
Yeah, Vince,
bizarre.
that's my name, Mac
What the-
Rivera. No.
What is going on?
What about Junior?
Junior.
Is Junior too rough?
Well, the thing is when the main events, when the main event don't show up. So now if the main event don't show up, being Junior fired at the moment. Get the fuck out. Get out.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. It's fine.
Go ahead. No. But Senior give you a break, It's that's why everybody do whatever they want there. But when Bean take over, Junior take over, everything change.
So let me ask you, you're in the locker room because you're in that transition, right?
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys whispering each other's ear like the kid's taking over? We got to get out of town, or like what's the discussion going on in the locker room?
Well, I think that's for me. This is my job. So because
Right.
the old man told me, don't worry. If I hear or when I hear, you're gonna get your work. You're gonna still working for me, no problem. So, chain hand. I said, now what I gonna do? But I still working for Vince Junior for almost close to 10 years.
Yeah.
So, and I told Vince, listen, I wanna do the Black Demon. Okay, do it. So everything that I told, he say okay. So by that time I was with the Shadow. Randy Collins and I was the Shadow. So Randy Collins had a little problem, so he quit, he left, and I stayed by myself.
You know who Randy Foley is?
The Moondogs.
Moondog.
Yeah.
One of the original Moondogs.
So I told him, I was talking to Jose Estrada, and I say, Estrada, what about we talk to Vince and we make a Latin tight team, like a Latino tight team like that. I say, oh, you more close than me with Vince. You told him. Here come Vince down the island. I thought, Vince, what you think about Jose and me do a tight team, Latino tight team match, tight team partner? He say, I like it, but get something shine, something with shining, something So I came out with a golden outfit.
Kind of like, did you take it from the Golden Terror? Is that where
Oh,
you
the
got that
Golden
idea?
Terror.
I don't even know who was
Yeah, I
it.
see.
Now I
Right.
know who's the golden
I'm
terror.
just,
Right,
gonna,
right,
I'm just gonna throw
I
in some
never
gold
seen golden
outfits.
terror. No,
right.
we do it. We do it. We're gonna do a gold outfit, everything gold, the mask and everything, both everything gold. Then what we don't have was the name, because Jose said, "What name we gonna?" Jose said, "Oh, we're gonna do the solid gold, 14 and 18 karat solid gold."
Yeah.
So we went with Biz. Okay, what name? Okay, we're gonna do the. You say no. Howard say, "I'm gonna get your name, Howard Finkel." Okay, you're gonna be the Conquistador. Say, what the hell, a Conquistador? What a Conquistador? Yeah, that's gonna work, Conquistador, and they work.
It did work.
It worked.
It was huge.
Yeah,
It did
It was
work.
huge.
Was there any tease of you getting the belts or anything like that? You know, like
that was the deal before. But somebody told him, this guy could work you 3 times in the day. The other guy worked 2 times in the day. If we made them champion, then we're not gonna get it. We're gonna get just 1 title. We could use Jose Estrada. We could use Jose Luis, Mac Rivera, Black Demon, whatever. But we put in with a belt. But that was the idea. We came out with the same day that we came with a Conquistador gimmick, we were with a Dynamite and Davey Boy Smith. That was fair match. We came with all the golden outfit was great, and then they changed everything.
You mentioned that with Dynamite Kid. What was he like? You know, he's got a pretty bad reputation of being not a really great guy.
Yeah.
Was he difficult with you at all?
No with me.
No,
You
with
got
you.
lucky.
No, they know what they do.
Look, because you slapped the shit out of him, right?
They know what they know me for reference. So, all those guys that I work, some of them try, but then they hold back. You know.
Did you have to be on your guard in the locker room back when we were kids watching you? I mean, did you have to really protect yourself in this business behind the scenes to have respect from the other guys in the locker room? Was it that competitive?
No, I got respect. I was respect for everybody there. I don't got complaint from no one. We was there when I wrestled anybody, and they come to me. They even say, "Boss, what you want to do?" But the other guy, they say, "Okay, we're gonna do this and this and that." No, what you want to do? So I call the match, and all the rocker, Mike,
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michael and Marty Jannetty, the Russo brother, all the Titan there that we went through there.
You did a lot of
Even Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man, they come to us.
Really?
What you guys want to do?
Wow.
Nice.
That was the respect they got for us.
Very good.
You
Very
know.
good. Speaking of respect, one of the all-time greats, Andre the Giant. What is your memories of Andre, and how smelly were his farts?
I had trouble with
Much
Andre.
alcohol?
That's
Little
a
bit.
good
There we
question
go.
because they called me when Andre come to New York. I had to go and pick it up. When I was in Puerto Rico, he was in Puerto Rico in '93 by the fair when I was there for a couple of months. So he used to ride with me. I got a big band and he came with me. I used to drive every time.
He fit in the van.
So, yeah,
Big van.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
he
what was
fits
it
there,
like,
so-
traveling with Andre?
And when he come down to when we were in New York, they called me to go and pick Andre wherever he has. So they rent me a car and I take him to the matches. He was I wrestled Andre a couple of times.
Wow.
And he
Were you afraid? I mean, he's so big. One false move and you're crushed. I mean, how hard is that working with a guy that size?
Well, I told Andre what to do when I want to wrestle him. I go to him and say, "Okay, Andre, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna throw you to the road. I'm gonna give you a bad drop. You get up. I give you a grand drop kick. You go out. Okay, boss, no problem."
Wow.
And we go to the ring. When he got in the ring, he put me in the corner. I say, "What you want me to do?" I say, "I was joking." He gave me a kick, like 2 hands in my check. I start, "What you want me to do?" I say, "I was joking. I was kidding with you." He go in the corner. He got it when he was in the dressing room. And he go like this. I start running out of there. But he get along with me very good. I always walking with him. I go pick him up, take it to the matches. One time he told me, I tell you, Andrew, what time I pick you up? 4:45. 4:45, okay, be there. And in New York, I was there about 4:45. There was 5:30, 5:45, 6:15. Here come Andrew down the road. I just opened the door. You son of a bitch, you told me to be here. What to clean? I told him whatever I came to. He looked up and said, ho, ho, ho. I'll be back, boss. That's what he said.
That's it.
He went to pick up the luggage and went.
Now,
Almost 2 hours waiting for him.
Did you ever try to drink with
No,
Andre?
never.
Never.
No.
You're just like, no, I'm
Not
passing
even
on.
once he didn't
Yeah,
talk
we
you
go.
into
I
a
go to
beer?
the bar. He sit in the corner. I go to the other corner because he pay you a drink. Wow, you pay him a drink. Wow, he pay you 3 drinks, 4 drinks. He filled the thing with all drinking. You go, no, you can't. Nobody would.
How'd you and Jose Estrada get together in the first place? What a great idea. Where'd it come from?
The Thai thing, you mean?
Yeah,
Well, what's my idea?
your idea.
Yeah.
And you brought it to Vince.
Yes, I thought to Estrada. He said, talk to Vin about it because you got more Vince like you, and he don't like me. He don't really know why, but he told me that. So I say, okay, I talk to Vin. I say, Vince, Jose, I mean, okay, I like it. Let's go with it. So I say, Vince, I got this. Give me the black demon with a Mac. Okay, you say, Vince, I got a red demon with a Mac on it. Okay, so every time that I say, he say, okay. So they booked me with that name, you know.
Now, was there any time where you wrestled 3 or 4 times in a card? Like, is it
What?
demon?
I used it 2 times.
2 times.
You didn't get carried away with 3 though.
That
2
was,
times.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what,
But if I had to do it, I'd do it, you know.
if I ran a wrestling organization, I'll be honest with you, I'd let you wrestle the entire card.
Every persona you ever
Think
had.
of all the money I would save as a promoter.
I just
right?
save a fortune, and you get a good worker. Just send them out there.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That works.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to bring in, obviously, everybody's all excited because Eric Sims will be sitting on the couch with Big Mac, and it should be a lot of fun, I guess, at 10 o'clock at night. We'll be all right, so we'll be right back.
Good luck. See you in a sec.
Tired of that same old breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Same old tasting scrambled eggs, burger, that dinner steak, ribs, or pork chops? Why not add a little bit of spice or just a touch of heat to make the difference? Change that scrambled egg with a little bit of Johnny Fabulous's John Cena Sr.'s $1 Million Jalapeno Hot Sauce. Great on burgers, steaks, chops, and those barbecued ribs.
M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles. The Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite 4-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty the Pharaoh, where we have the icon wrestling legend,
Yes.
Mr. Jose Luis
Yes,
Rivera,
yes.
Big Mac,
Yes.
Conquistador number
Yes.
1,
Black Demon!
and Black Demon.
Yes.
Who, by the way, reminder, Black Demon.
Cobra
right,
Clutch
we said
Challenge.
Cobra
Fuck
Clutch
that.
Challenge. He left,
Yes.
and Pat Patterson
Yes.
broke it. But next to him
That was awesome.
is Super Agent Eric Sims, and it's clear that Jose Estrada did not make the trip, so Sims has decided to put on the Conquistador number 2
What?
outfit
I don't
along
see-
with Jose
Where's the outfit?
for signings.
That's the outfit.
Olay!
Oh,
Will you be wearing Conquistador number 2, Sims?
Olay! See.
Excellent.
See.
Okay, okay.
So big. It's a huge event tomorrow, right? The 80s
80s wrestling con. All the 80s
Got
stars. are gonna
bad
be there.
weather. It's going to be packed. They're going to be people. You're going to be taking pictures all day. It's going to be.
He's going to be in the
very
Conquistador
exciting.
outfit all day.
You're going to have him do it all day long.
All day long. And all night.
What about
Very
Jose Luis Rivera pictures?
Yeah.
If they want him, then he can take
Yes.
the mask off
So
of
now,
that.
oh wait a minute. He's got to wear the mask. Takes the mask off.
If someone wants the Red Demon, we can do the Red Demon. If he can do the Shadow, Black Shadow,
Demon, too.
the Black Demon,
Black Demon,
whatever.
too.
He has all the
Yeah.
masks. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man of many masks.
Yes.
Like no maskerist.
Do you negotiate this, Jose, before you even deal with this? Like, you should treat him.
No,
thinking
he
about
does
it.
what I tell him. That's
Honestly, you should treat him like Vince McMahon Sr., right?
Yeah, give him
Every
the
time
Vince
you change
McMahon,
your mask, you should get paid an extra fee.
That's right.
it. God damn it, I had to deal with Gladys more than I dealt with him.
I mean, the Cobra Clutch Challenge photograph
That's
of
the
Black
side- the
Demon
side chick
saying
sitting over there.
That's got to be worth
Stop
a little
it!
bit more.
Stop it.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Sims. So what happened to Jose
Eric,
Estrada,
to you.
dude?
So originally,
You failed. Yet
stop
again.
it.
This is unbelievable.
Anyway, go ahead.
Originally, back in March, we were
Oy.
going to do a Conquistador reunion down in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So
Wait, I don't want to interrupt you. There's a fan, Loose Cannon, out there. He says,
Loose.
Sims doesn't age at all. He still looks 42
well, thank you.
That's rough.
Thank you.
for 32 years.
All right, listen.
You're stuck in time? What
Well,
the
thank
hell's
you.
going on here?
All right, go ahead. So
Can't
what
afford
happened to
it.
Jose?
But anyway, so
Anyway. Go ahead.
so we were supposed to do the Icons Wrestling Convention in Philadelphia back in March, but I got you got the call that he can't come. He had a heart attack or some type of health issues
okay.
going on. So after talking to my sponsors, nobody wanted to have Jose come up by himself over there. So I said, okay, fuck it. Let's just reschedule it for 80s Wrestling Con this weekend because it'd be better with the more of the 80s stars, and it's just probably better off that way.
Yeah.
So and I held out hope that Estrada would be ready to go for for this weekend. So like I rebooked his ticket back then. When I did his ticket, I did Estrada's ticket also. So then recently we were talking. We got the health. He got cleared. So we were negotiating, and I came up with my price. He came up with his price, which we were way off. And then so I started coming up a little. I normally don't negotiate. My price is my price, but I wanted to make it work. So I came up on the price a little bit. I asked him to give me a better price.
All right,
So-
dude, I don't need the whole.
So he-
I mean, I'm
fucking-
growing a beard
the
here.
whole history
What
of
is
the
going
whole-
on
so
here?
basically,
Just get to the point.
So what happened?
Basically, we were off on price, and I wear a size 12 shoe. If you could fit
That's
into my
very informative.
and I've
What
worn a
happened?
size 12 shoe for 10 years or longer.
Size
If you fit
12
into
shoe.
my size 12 shoe, we do business.
What the
If
fuck
you
is
have a
going-
larger
we're getting
size
foot
shoe, we're not
measurements.
going to do fucking business.
All right, so what happened here? You and Jose said, fucking have a nice day?
So
Is that why
we're
Jose's
going
not
down to the
here?
last
You
minute,
go say fucking here too?
Oh,
and I had
fucked up.
I had
First
Jose,
ever WWF Junior
I had Jose
Heavyweight
number
champion,
one
and you
over
got a
here.
size 12 shoe.
Trying to talk to Jose number 2 over there, and it just it didn't work. And then Jose and his son was mad. We're going back and forth, and it's like either you pay my price or don't call me. Okay, fuck you.
What?
Fuck you. How about
I
that?
love Jose
You
Estrada.
don't.
We get fuck
You don't.
you.
Listen.
going on
You
here?
don't dictate to me. You
You
understand?
said dictate.
Exactly. You don't
I got you.
dictate to me.
Fantastic.
So fair enough.
I set the
That's great.
price.
Fair
I
enough.
kinda
You won't be doing business with Jose Estrada again. I'm assuming, right?
Could be.
Well, unless he meets my price, unless he works for the price I want to pay him, yes. But no, no.
So anyway, you know what? I got to apologize. I should have just stayed with you the whole time. I should try to help out here, but obviously.
Yeah, this
One
doesn't
can-
help
one
anything.
conquista-
What do you mean?
Listen, you've worked for Vince McMahon.
One
Vince
conquistador is better
Hold
than no
on.
conquistador.
All right, hold on.
Eric, you haven't worked for
I've got a
Vince. He
question.
has.
You work with Vince McMahon Sr.
Hey.
You work for Vince McMahon Jr.
Yeah.
What's it like? What's the comparison between Vince McMahon Jr. and Eric Sims?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah, you better not say a damn word.
Call me after you leave the con.
I
and
somehow
we'll
lose
do a
that
separate
pen,
interview.
lose that envelope. Somehow it just got I got lost somewhere.
Oh,
It's rough.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Okay.
So, Are you glad that you became a professional wrestler? Or if you could turn back time, would you have done something different?
If I turn my time to do something different,
Or are you happy with the way that you decided?
I'm happy the way that what I do. Yeah.
Was it
I went
rough?
through there.
Was it rough putting other guys over? Did you ever
Well,
feel
it's a
like,
job.
come
It's-
on, man, give me a belt?
Yeah, but it's a job. You get paid for that.
Pin me, pay me. Let's go.
That's
Okay,
it.
okay.
And they say jobber. I don't feel like a jobber. I am a star maker. I wrestle guy that they don't worth what $10. I make them look like $1 million. And there was a bunch of them there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They don't know how to do not. So we had to work 3 times with them in the ring. Sometimes we go. They told me to go to Connecticut. They got a ring there to try to teach the guy a little bit something. So I went a couple of times to Connecticut and they teach them a couple of guys. They bring a guy here, the name with Outback Jack, something like that.
Sure, we had him on recently. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
We had to go.
Wanker! I hear wanker.
SD John and I had to go there. They put a ring just for us to try to teach us something. And we've been through hell, but at least he do something after that. So
So
That's
did you
one of
go?
the
Did
guys.
you go to Vince and go, look, this dude's not going to work?
Oh, you're
Can
putting
we
us in
get
the ring
somebody
with
else?
you, Rusty Ricky.
well, no, they told when the new guys came in, they told you if you don't got a match with Jose, you're never gonna match with nobody. So
Wow.
that's something to say. And they told me go 15 minutes with him. If you think that he can make it, just stop the match right there and
So-
do whatever you done and get out of there.
So just to drive the point home, so people understand back in those days, so-called talent enhancement was actually being leaned on by management for their opinion on the ability of up-and-coming superstars.
Exactly.
Dude,
So
that's
I
amazing.
ask you this.
To
So
me, that's
You
amazing.
mentioned all these
Amazing.
wrestlers who showed you the respect because they knew you were making their careers. Was there anybody disrespectful to you?
Oh,
One time,
okay. Who?
it was a guy with a. It was with a. He used like a faggy. Give me the. What,
You have a manager?
yeah.
Okay. Blassie, Albano, or the Wizard?
No, Hart, Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy,
Jimmy Hart. So
That was the manager.
Okay. Who was his
can't remember
his
the guy.
protege?
What did he do? What was the gimmick he did?
Like
Come on,
a
Eric.
faggy. He's working with no hair, little fat.
Pressure's
Adonis?
Adriana Dana.
Which one?
Adriana Dana.
Adonis.
Adrian, so tell us, what was the issue?
He just slapped me one time, and I had to know twice. He hit me one time with a slap. That's, if he told me, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna slap you, and that's okay. So he came with it like, okay. I went up, get up, bam, 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 and they still working. So when the match finished, Steve John called me, amigo, what did you do to Adrian? I said, nothing, amigo. You did something because he was cursing all over the place. So I had to put respect. If you didn't respect me, I had to make you respect me,
Right.
So I let him go with proper time. He give me one, I give him two. We're even. One for the one you give me, and then next for, remember, next time don't do it.
Wow.
So
I love that. Holy cow. I love that. Damn.
Let me tell you something about these enhancement talents.
Go ahead.
Please.
These so-called enhancement talents are some of the best damn wrestlers, workers out there. Because not only do they have to, they're there to, make the stars look good, but they also got to make the people who look, who suck look good.
Right.
So some of these enhancement guys that are really, really good at their craft, know how to do that stuff. So, I give all the props in the world to everybody, these enhancement guys, because these guys are fucking good.
Sure. Sure.
Big Boss
Agreed.
Man,
Agreed.
Big Boss Man. He was a rough son of a bitch. He's tough. We had to take in Estrada and I almost 6 months working with the guy, and so he get where he was. But the first, he hurt you, he hit you like no tomorrow. He do all the thing,
Right.
but you have to listen, this is going to be like this. We taking Estrada one, I take the other. We went there about 6 months. We had every day working with the guy, and he came big star. At the beginning, he was a big potato man.
You know, these enhancement guys, we know who they are. You know, they may not have the biggest names in the business, but, you know, they know how to work, and they know how to, you know, and if you listen to them, they make you better.
Sure.
You know, I mean, granted, it's their job to make you look good, but if you suck, you know, they can only go so far.
Right.
But you know, if you learn from them and listen to what they have to say, because they're experienced and they got their knowledge before they got there, you know, working whatever territory or, you know, wherever they were, you know, that's where you get good before you get to go to the big leagues.
Yeah.
So, Mac, let me ask you this. With Savage, you mentioned Savage earlier. I guess he's been known to script a lot of his matches. Did he even script matches when it was like an enhancement type of match? Did he go over it with you and write down what he wanted to be done?
Well, he came to me and said, what we're going to do, what you want to do. So I called almost the whole matches. He agreed with it. I said, okay, we do whatever you want to do, we do it. He was, when he came, the first time he came, it was in
I think like 86.
in upstate New York.
Okay.
So
Yep.
he came with Lanny. They came into the show, so I don't know if I wrestled him that day. So and they just came in from Florida. They got no car, they got nothing. So I was Tito Santana was in the car, and I was there. So I told Randy, listen, here's my car. We're gonna go around for those 3 days. You use my car. And when you finish, so you go to the airport and I take my car home. So I ride with Tito Santana. So he say, wow, why you do this? When I was in Florida, his father picked me up at the hotel and take me to the matches. Pafo, Angelo Pafo. I say, because your father do that with me, I'm going to do it to you. So from there on, is every time they come, if I go to the garden, even if I don't wrestle or no, after I left WWE, I go to the garden, he call everybody, hey, he do this for me. When I was first out here, he do this, he give me his car, he brand new car, so I could go with Lanny, he went with Tito Santana. He was appreciate that. And every time that he see me, he remind me that. I say, I help you because your father helped me when I was in Florida.
Wow.
So that's we even right there. So, and then if you see the matches that I got with Randy, all the matches are good, great matches.
Yeah.
And whatever I do, he go for it.
Never asked this before, but why not? Andre the Giant, did he have what they term soft hands in the business? Did you feel pain with him, or did he have soft hands? Seriously.
Even if he wanna do something, he never, you're gonna feel it. Whatever
I
he do.
guess not. That takes care of that.
So you weren't involved in this, but again, with Puerto Rico, I want to go to the Invader Brody thing. What was your feeling about that whole situation when you heard this went down?
Well, I was in Denver that night. There was Tito Santana, Andre, and I was sitting down. They was playing card. Here come Ravishing Reroute and say, Andre, you know what? Jose Estrada just killed Bruce Brody. Say, what? Andre say, what? He get up?
No,
What?
Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez, try
Right.
him, my friend. He
Gotcha.
never killed nobody, but Jose Gonzalez just killed Bruce Brody. Say, what? The invader killed Bruce Brody. Yes, that just happened. His wife, Bruce's wife, called Ravishing River and told him about it. So he went to Andre and told him. There was a big silence in the dressing room there. So I say, wow, something wrong there. And there was a lot of people there, but nobody say nothing.
How much of a stain did that leave on Puerto Rican wrestling in general? I mean, there's been rumors to this day about what happened, what went down. I mean,
From that moment on, the wrestling business went down. Nowadays, getting up a little bit, but even 2 weeks ago, Gonzalez, Invader, wrestled 79 years old. The older man, they got a champion. So
Wow.
he wrestled, and they put him over. He got a champion. So that was a big deal there. A couple of weeks ago, 3 Saturdays.
Again, it's purely speculation, but how do you feel what should have happened to Invader for what he did? Or do you feel he did it? I don't, you know.
Well, I think there was no justice.
No justice.
No justice
Fair
at
enough.
all.
No justice.
Yeah, massive cover-up.
I work for the government in Puerto Rico. I work in the jail. For 29 years, I've been in the jail working for the government. So I know what's going on there. So,
What is Carlos Colon to Puerto Rico? Is he beyond the famous Hall of Fame Bruno Sammartino? What is he to Puerto? What happened here?
He used to be
Okay,
before everything happened.
untouchable though. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
From there, after the
Wow.
accident happened or the killing happened, everything went down. Everything went down.
Thoughts on Carlito, his son? Just
Yeah.
curious. What are your thoughts on Carlito?
Carlitos. What should I say?
I guess, I guess he carries things with him too then. Fair enough.
Well, he's Carly is something different. He sues his business off of Puerto Rico, so right now he's in Dominican Republic. They got a big show there coming
Was
up.
it about stock back in the day? Was Brody like, truly trying to get involved in the territory situation in Puerto Rico? Or, I mean, from what you know.
Well, I never
Or
met
what you may
Bro-
not know,
I never meet Bruce or Brody in person, so
Okay.
I know what they say. You know, they say he was he wrestled you, he held you, he do a lot of things, he do whatever he want to do. That's why they was mad with him because you told him something. No, I want to do this and that's it. So it's a different story. Everybody got a different story.
Right.
But the couple of guys that was there, they know what happened.
Right.
The dressing room was filled with people, and they saw what they see. And
Your thoughts
nobody
on,
see nothing then.
Your thoughts on Tony Atlas, who was obviously there that night. Your
No.
memories of Tony.
But he don't talk when he had to talk. Now he's talking. You know.
Yeah.
Sims, on the agent thing, a lot of these agents are making like they're bringing in wrestlers like yourself and doing these signings. Seems to be a very, very popular thing that's going on right now. Sims, do you see the bottom falling out on this whole build-up with this wrestling signatures, right? People are running through these wrestlers, these icons like Mr. Rivera, and, again, we're all getting older, and soon we'll all be gone, and
What?
there's no future.
Slow down.
There's no future stars like we speak about in wrestling today.
Well,
Is the bottom going to fall out on
No,
this whole
no,
agent stuff?
No,
No.
no, because everything evolves, and
Right.
in order to survive, you're going to have to evolve. So once, the 80s guys are done, which is, figure another 10, 15 years with some of these guys, that's about the lifespan of that. Then you're going to move on to the next one. Then you go to the 90s guys, and then 2000 guys, and now.
But here's the thing, we would talk.
Seems like the current thing now is like the current guys, like people want to work with the AEW stars and bring them to conventions and do this and do that. So there's always it's always gonna be around.
We had Tommy Rich in earlier, and he was 100% right, though. Everybody remembers Jose Luis Rivera. They don't remember these new guys, right? Put Roman Reigns aside, that's the only guy. The rest of them, they don't remember.
Right.
So
where...
they will remember certain ones,
Kevin Owens.
but the people who are the characters, if you can say that for today,
Right. Right.
There's going to be people,
Sure.
because it's 20 years later from like the 2000s.
Right.
Who do you remember from that era?
Right.
I mean, you got Carlito. Remember with the hair and the
I love
apple. So
Carlito.
you remember
Yeah.
him. You remember? I kind of remember like Eugene a little bit.
Look
He
at you,
did-
you're struggling. You
he
are
did-
struggling.
No, I'm going to spout it out.
You're
You
like,
got-
you're trying to like
you
convince
got
people
Hur-
that
you
they
got
want to
Hur-
go
you
see
got Hur- you
Carlito.
got
They don't.
Hurricane. You got Mr. Anderson. Like those type of guys.
Yeah, but the main guys were
But
way
past
bigger than
that,
that.
no. Who you got? No, you're right. But there's a few people. Like everything, there's a few. But as far as the '80s guys, no, never going to be a
But that's what I'm
generation like that
saying.
again.
Won't this die? This thing's going to die.
No, it's not going
a
to
death.
die because it's always going to be the new hot
It's a
person
part
on
of history.
television that the people are going to want to use, and eventually they're going to get released. and then they're gonna do this tour the circuit, and have a little run of it as far as they can go.
Jose, clearly you love wrestling, right? This is what you wanted to do your entire life, and you're proud of what you have done. And as a fan, we're proud. Like, you're incredible, right? What do you feel about today's wrestling? Are they destroying today's wrestling?
Ooh.
Well, I think there's a bit different from where we used to wrestle, Now you see a lot of people get hurt because they don't care. They jump up and down. They go to the third row from the stair. They go down to the table, whatever, and they don't care about themselves, their health,
You see, I'd like to
Before
add.
we had to take care of each other. I take care, you take care of me. So that was a big thing when we was working there. We gonna take care of you. We don't want to hurt nobody. Everybody get hurt.
I'd like to add to what Jose's saying, because it's really important. I don't want to say all, but a majority of today, everybody wrestles, and it's like acrobatics and gymnastics. Back in their day, workers. There's a big difference between wrestling and working. So, and if you learn how to work, you make money in this business. If you just wrestle, well, your lifespan's going to be short.
Jose, is the Mexican wrestling traditionally partially responsible for, or the prototype for all this gymnastics and cartwheels and flipping and flying we see today?
Well, Mexican wrestling been like that forever,
Sure, that's why I'm
It's-
getting to.
so-
Were they the predecessors of what we're seeing a lot of today?
They try to copy here, but it's really they've been there. The people there like that show,
Sure.
and they trying to do the same thing, but a lot of people get killed in there.
Yeah.
In wrestling in Mexico.
Sure.
And here they get hurt too.
I'd like to add to what Jose's saying. So basically, what Jose's saying, what works in Mexico or Japan may not work here, because the Americans, because we're accustomed to the American style
Right.
of wrestling, which is what you see from WWF, EF, and the old NWA to WCW. It's different than the flying around and all the the high risk moves
Right.
that everybody does today to get that oh shit
Well,
pop.
Mexico and
or that,
Japan
"Oh,
could
shit"
be more
chant.
different in style.
I was wrestled with a Russo brother in Madison Square Garden. So I got one of the Russo tied the rope, and Jose went to hit him. The Royal Russo hit Jose, went down. I run the rope to go to hit the body, splash with one of the Russo. So he moved. I went through the third row, and I catch Jose, I went through Jose, wow! And you hear the people. I hear the people when I was flying down. The whole 22,000 people say, "Whoa!" Nowadays you do a lot of things, and you go to the third floor, you jump down. The people don't react.
It's just another move now.
That day that
right.
I went there, it's in the matches taping, the Madison Square Garden, the Rachel brother. I went down. When I see the Rachel move, I went over the third row. When Jose turned around, what? We went down. So the people went, oh, that's never was doing in Madison Square Garden.
You remember? I'm sorry. You remember back in the day, Superfly, Don
Sure.
Morocco, Superfly
Sure.
Backlund. The
My
first
God.
time
Oh, yeah.
Superfly went off the cage at the Garden.
Yeah.
That has never been seen before.
Right.
Okay. Now, like high spots like that have never been done.
Of course.
Okay. That was kind of like the
Bill
birth.
Mascaris's flying body press was Kenny Omega back
was
in those days.
that was kind of like the birth of the Daredevil stuff.
Sure.
But was done differently. Nowadays it's commonplace.
But
You never saw that
But you
back
see,
then.
this is where surprisingly that you're a wrestling agent, you would not understand this, right? When Superfly went to the top rope, it was a special occasion.
My God.
Right? That you waited for.
Oh,
When
yeah.
guys did certain, and not
Anticipated.
only top, let's get it.
For weeks.
Wrestlers were like Big Mac. They were wrestlers. Like, you saw them, you knew they were special, you understood they were special, you didn't mess with them. Now, nothing's special anymore.
Yeah,
the wrestlers
there's
don't
something
look
missing.
special.
Right.
They do, like you said,
Right.
everything's a high spot now.
Sure.
So there's nothing special there. And now they've, in my opinion, have ruined the business.
Well, wrestling's a very cosmetic business. You have to cosmetically look the part. Again, I want to look in the ring and know that the guy in the ring can kick the ever-living shit out of him.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I don't want to look in the ring
Yeah.
knowing that I could beat
Yeah.
the fuck out of the guy in the ring.
No, that doesn't work.
You understand?
Yeah.
Remember, the guys from back in the 80s, the monsters. You know, when he had to fight like Powers of Pain or, you know, whoever, Road Warriors or like those, like the monsters.
Well, let me stop you there. So you've been known, when you were at the Conquistadors, you did main event a lot of house shows against the Rockers, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Did you feel at that time like, these guys are small. They really shouldn't be in wrestling?
No.
Why?
Because we do the hell of the match. Every time we wrestle, they pay us and they give you an extra bonus because the match was so good. So one time, the first time they give us a bonus, Shawn Michael came to me and said, "Listen, I got I don't know, it was 300 or 400 more in the check. What was happening?" I said, "That was a bonus because that was a hell of the match." And every time we wrestle and we make it a great, every time that I wrestle with the Rockers, the match is gonna be unbelievable. You know, there was we get together very good. You know, we don't have to start nothing. We just do it and they come out.
You got to remember, it takes two to dance in the ring, okay? You got to have a good dance partner, one that knows what they're doing. You could go through the moves. Anybody could go through the moves. It's not about that. It's, you know, doing the right things at the right times to get the right reactions, to, you know, to get to the finish line of what the promoter wants. That's the thing. Whether you're coming back for the rematch, which will set up for another rematch, or set up for the blow off, or, you know, whatever. I mean, you got to know how to get to the finish line and keep the fans involved with it. And, you know, if you know how to do that, then you're gold. You're gold in this business.
You know, I've been to enough independent matches. I don't even believe, and that's out of respect to the real legitimate pro wrestlers, not anybody could just go through the moves. You got to be good at what you do. Okay? I mean, you could do all the moves, but if you don't really convince me, you ain't jack shit.
I'm gonna give you a little in depth with me, because way back when I wanted to be a pro wrestler too, and I got trained a little.
By the way,
bit.
share with the fans what your wrestling name was. I just found this out today.
What, the Jewish Ninja?
The Jewish
Ninja?
The Jewish Ninja.
Yeah, I did a martial argument back in.
I just. Could you imagine having the
Bagels, anybody? I mean, what is going on?
Did Mitch tell you that? Who told you that?
Did this come with a coupon?
People tell me everything.
Okay.
I mean, was there a coupon
But anyway,
with this
I
gimmick?
quickly found. First of all,
This is
when I
rough.
stepped into the ring,
Did you have two fanny packs too when you
Jewish
wrestled?
Ninja.
Let me get my thought out.
Okay.
So,
Hey,
what-
was your yarmulke your foreign object?
Go ahead. Jesus.
Come on, bro, work with me here. What's your frig? Oi! Dreidel, you made it out of clay.
no,
Hit it.
when I got in the ring,
throw matzo balls in
and
their
I was
eyes?
green. I got to admit, I was green as shit because I didn't know
Manischewitz?
much. It was the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah,
getting in the ring,
sure.
and I always depended on the other guy to carry me through.
Eric, though, wait a minute.
because
you're a big,
because I was shit. It was
but
terrible.
you're a big dude, though. We're little.
Yeah, I could
confidence?
be the biggest guy in there, but if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in
Oh,
the ring,
jeez,
I'm
this
at the
is
mercy
rough.
of someone that knows what the hell they're doing
This
in
is
there,
rough.
and I have to listen to them
Wow.
so that we can get through the match.
Should have
and-
wrestled Jose. He would have helped you.
So Sims,
Listen, if
right?
I wrestled
almost-
Axel Rotten, I
Happened.
wrestled Chris
listen,
Candido.
we're
I
almost
mean,
we're
that
almost
was
out
it.
of time, so I want to hit
The
you guys with
Jewish
the
ninja.
Farrell's final question. But I just found out the origin
is
of the end of
unbelievable.
pro wrestling. The day that you were going to become a pro wrestler
Was
that
the
mean
end.
anybody was
It
going to
was
get
over.
in the business, and
That was
over.
it. The door slammed shut.
Well, you know I love you, Sims, but you're not. You don't look like
I
a
quickly
wrestler.
found out I wasn't tough enough, thanks to Dr. D. David Schultz, and I went behind the scenes. I've been there ever since. Okay.
Dr. D? You
Yeah.
tested Dr.
Yeah.
D? What are you,
Dr.
nuts?
D, yeah, I got in.
That's
We
not smart.
went up to the Pasarillos Quest up
That's
in
not smart.
Connecticut, and got in the ring with him, and
No,
like,
that's not good.
he was nice, and then he tightened up with me, and
Yeah, I
tightened
bet.
up with me, and
Yeah.
snugger and snugger.
Yeah.
A fan
and as a
brought-
17 or 18-year-old kid, I got scared to shit.
made
Said,
you the bagel
I
without the
I don't
hole.
belong here,
All right,
and
okay.
but I want to survive
You became
in
a
the business. So I
Bialik.
went behind the scenes.
Congratulations. So, Jose, real quick, fan says out there, should wrestlers have unionized?
Say it again.
Should wrestlers have unionized?
Wrestlers Union.
Should you have made a union back then?
What do you think?
Stop being an independent and
Yeah, like,
wrestle under a union.
Make sure you're represented. What do you think?
A union,
Unrealistic?
it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Was there any talk of it back in the early 80s? Like, maybe we should get some medical benefits or something? Anything?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. Rah.
All right, with that, Pharaoh's final question, and we're going to get you out of here. Thank you again for joining us. You're incredible. Eric, as always, thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you to
Thank
Gary.
you.
I wish you great luck tomorrow. I'm sure you're going to do great.
And I'm the agent that actually shows up here tonight.
That's right.
Let's just put it.
That's
Let's just
right.
put it there.
Yeah, add that in.
Super
Add that in.
agent
Why not?
that actually shows up with his goddamn talent.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right, Pharaoh, final question.
All right, here we go. Jose, I want you to give me, in your opinion, the greatest Latino professional wrestler. I'm going to try to give you a few names to choose from. Blue Demon, Mil Mascaras, Tito Santana, Eddie Guerrero. Got any more?
Nope.
Who is the greatest Latino professional wrestler in the history of this business? Who is the Hulk Hogan? Who is the Bruno Sammartino?
Well, for me, I think it's Tito Santana.
Tito Santana.
For me, yeah.
Very nice. Why?
Because I know the guy. I know Tito. When I started in the business, he helped me a lot. And I used to travel with Mil Mascaras when he was in Puerto Rico. I used to take him to the matches. And Blue Demon, I never met Blue Demon. And who was the other one?
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero.
He's there. Tito and Eddie was there. Tito and Eddie. After he started to came up, because Eddie Guerrero was the first guy who came out with they got a big act in WWF. They came out with a turkey supposed to came out. Eddie Guerrero was the one who came out from the alpha with the turkey. So
Right.
from there, after that, he became what was Eddie Guerrero is.
So Tito is your personal Bruno Sammartino.
Tito in my shows.
Gotta love that, man.
Well, with that, we want to thank you for joining us. Thank
Nice.
you for what you've
Nice.
done for this industry. Wish you the
Yes.
best of luck tomorrow. I'm sure a million fans are going to join you. And
We'll
you're
be at
gonna-
the 80s Wrestling
you're gonna
Con, the
make
Men in
Eric
Center,
Sims tons
Morristown,
of money.
New Jersey.
We be there.
Yes. And anything for ESS, it's ESSpromotions.com.
There you go.
No BS with your cult hero, ESS.
Well, with that, Pharaoh.
You've been watching Monty and the Pharaoh. Jose, thank you for coming down.
Thank you guys
for
for
our
having me
childhood.
there.
Thank you for the show. Eric, thank you once again for delivering the
pleasure.
talent. And until next time, which is Thursday, later.